Hello YouTube. Today I thought I would do something a little bit different and do the podcast live. I've been working really hard lately, so I just wanted to do a video that would be a little bit easier on my brain cells, especially since my last video flopped. And I spent a lot of time on it, so I'm going to take a little bit of a snooze. And today we're going to be talking about the QTCinderella racism drama. Is she a racist? Is she problematic? We'll find out. And we'll just, I don't know, have to get right into it. Now, don't mind me if I'm pausing and stuff every so often. It's because I'm doing my timestamps. So, sorry if that's distracting. I've never done this kind of style of podcast before, so it's going to be a little bit weird, but we'll try to get through it, I guess. Okay, so first things first, we are going to do some preamble, and some of it might not make too much sense to you in the first place, but
someone said
it'll all make sense later on. So hopefully this all works out fine. Alright. We're off to a great start. YouTube. Oh yeah, that's right. I had Steam. Should I move myself out of the way? Maybe. Alright, so this is kind of the aftermath of the VOD that came out, which we will be going over, but I just wanted you to see Cutie's reaction, because they actually ended up deleting the VOD. I think it was VanillaMace's idea. And you're gonna see that kind of rubbed Cutie the wrong way. Have a look at this.
Someone said that there's someone uploading my VOD onto Twitter. Is that what you said? If you could send my mod the username, I will happily send them a cease and desist. Or you can give them a heads up for me.
She seems like very, very gleeful. You know what I mean? Why do they delete if someone keeps the VOD? So, these three girls were meant to be playing Phasmophobia, and while they were waiting for the download to finish, what ended up happening is they got onto this talk or this like discussion about, I don't know, racism, marginalization and stuff. I haven't actually seen the VOD myself. I've seen clips here and there, but we're all gonna experience it together today. But it was VanillaMace's idea, I believe, to delete the VOD, to be like, oh, you know, like, fuck this, like, we don't want this to be a big deal, let's just delete it, you know, yada yada, right? And in my personal opinion, I feel like someone in this whole discussion kind of threw the other person under the bus to protect their own skin. Now, that's just what I think, but we'll see, and, you know, we'll come to our own conclusions. But yeah, here is someone saying that the VOD she wanted to keep deleted was being fully uploaded in its entirety to, like, other places, which, by the way, I don't think that's, like, a good thing. It still is, like, her intellectual property, especially if you're uploading, like, the full VOD. It's kind of fucked up, and I would expect her to, I guess it is her right to exercise over her property, but it also doesn't make you look very good, because it's like, it feels like you're trying to hide something, and in my opinion, from what I've seen, I don't even know if Cutie really deserves all of the hate that she was getting with this, but when we watch the VOD, we'll see what happens. But yeah, so she's kind of gleefully like, I'm gonna sue anyone who uploads the VOD.
Or if they're watching this right now, I will sue you. Quite literally.
And it's also kind of like, I don't know, I feel like suing people is like, it's so costly, isn't it? It's such a hassle, even if like you're in your own right and stuff, like, to sue a random person, like, they probably don't even have any money, dude. I don't know, man. It's like drama frogs who are like uploading VODs in their entirety to YouTube or Twitter, and you want to sue them? It's like, I don't know, man.
I'm not afraid of doing that.
It just seems like a waste of time. I don't know.
So if you could link that Twitter account to my, that's a money waste. It's not, actually. It's like relatively cheap for me.
It's relatively cheap for me to sue someone over a Twitter post. I mean, I don't know. I still don't like the way that she's kind of going about this. I think it's not right. I don't think it's good, but at the end of the day, it is her right, I guess. And it's like, if you want to do that shit, I mean, go right ahead. Go right ahead, queen.
I'm happy to spend $500 to prove a point.
I think it would be more than $500, to be honest. I mean, I don't know much about like lawyer stuff, but 500 seems like in the, I don't know, fairyland delusion territory. Unless she means like just sending a cease and desist. I don't know.
When I have a VOD unlisted and I choose not to upload it to make money for myself, you're not allowed to take advantage of the content that I am creating that you are doing nothing for.
Again, technically true, but at the same time, it's like people want to see this VOD because they want to see how this situation happened. They want to know why. They want to know the full context. You know, this is the thing that happens with everything. Everyone's like, I want the context, the context. Some of these clips I will show you, they're like a minute long or something, and it's like, oh, what's the context? Because I can't find the original videos anymore, but a lot of these clips, it's like, you don't need more context than what's been said. What's being said is what's being said. It's like, on its own face value, it's like, it is what it is, right? The words mean what the words mean.
Without my permission. There's lots of people that do it with my permission, but again, let me know the second you have that Twitter account. And I will send it over to my lawyer right now.
Again, it's so weird that she's like so gleeful about it. I don't know. It's really like weird to me. I don't know. It's kind of what do you call that? Unnerving or something? Well, I'm about to do like the she's scaring me, guys. It's just weird. It's just very weird. Alright, so the next clip we're gonna get to, this one's now a Valkyrae. Now this to me was a colossal clip. This is a colossal clip. I was not a fan of this. I feel like dude, this is what is wrong with the left, y'all. I'm gonna get on my soapbox. This is horrible. Anyway, Valkyrae, take it away.
Did tell her, I was like, cutie, I do think your tone doesn't help because you inherently sound really angry all the time.
Yeah, so I think in the original VOD that happened, Cutie does have like a tone sometimes where she sounds like she's kind of condescending or she's very defensive of herself, and yeah, I gotta say, I feel like the whole defensive attitude, it doesn't work in your favor a lot of the time if you're being super defensive against things. I think Cutie could have handled it better in this situation. We'll get to it in a minute, but having your like friend be like, babes, you have like a resting bitch face and you kind of just sound like a bitch like all the time. Like, it's crazy. You just sound inherently angry all the time. You're like an angry white woman.
You sound really, and she knows. I was like, you're very blunt. I think it's your tone, you're blunt, and it's just.
It's that you just don't do like the really high-pitched, squealy, like girly voice, Cutie, and you don't like play into the whole like, I'm a girl on the internet type of vibe. And it's like, it just doesn't really like work for you, Cutie. You really need to be a little bit more like feminine sometimes, and then people will treat you a lot better. Yeah, she has like a flat kind of sense of humor. Oh my god, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my god. What's it called when you're like not flat, it's I wouldn't say she's tone deaf. It's not tone deaf. What the fuck was that? Okay. It's, oh my god, I'm having a total brain moment. Yeah, alright. Never mind.
This comes off poorly, especially, you know, and I was like, you're also the whitest woman I know.
You're like the whitest woman ever, so when you like sound like that and people take into consideration your skin color, you just come off as like really like the worst person ever, cutie. And you really got to stop having like, I don't know, opinions about things, especially things that like you have no right talking about because you're white and you're a woman, you're a white woman, which as we all know is the single most privileged thing you can be on this earth, is a white woman. Super privileged. You know, like, man, you're just so privileged that you can get away with sounding like a blunt bitch all the time. Dry humor, that's what I was thinking. She has like a dry humor kind of to herself. Yeah, like, listen. I don't think her tone was even like flat per se. I think she just genuinely was kind of like angry in the VOD that we're gonna watch, but yeah. I don't know, Valkyrae with the hard-hitting commentary. You're the whitest woman I know. And she was Mormon. Does being Mormon make you like extra mayonnaise white or something? I don't really get it. She's American? American ex-Mormon? But I just don't... I don't know, it's like, can you have any opinions unless you're like a certain demographic? Can you have any opinions? Well, listen, I'm not a fan of like what Valkyrae said. Maybe she has a point. I'm not sure. Maybe in the VOD we'll see QT say something like extremely crazy. Like QT will be like, man, people of color, they just don't get what it's like to be a white woman or something. Maybe she'll say something insane like that. Who fucking knows? Maybe we missed something. By the way, the VOD is like, it's like a 30-minute video, but yeah.
And it also is just, you know, you being so white.
Why does she keep talking about her race? Oh my god. I think this started off as like a conversation about like, like trans people, LGBTQIA+ and stuff, and yeah, alright. She's white though. She's white, BT dubs.
It doesn't help. It doesn't help, but I know her.
Being white doesn't help. It doesn't help. I mean, I guess in the discussion of like race stuff, you know, like there's certain things where it's like I could talk about how I feel about certain things, but at the end of the day, it's like I'm not of that race, so I don't know the the outcome of certain things. Like, I watch the Bad Friends podcast, and you know, Bobby Lee and Andrew Santino, they make jokes about race quite a lot of the time, and it's one of those things where it's like, for me, like I'll listen to the podcast and, you know, I'll laugh at their jokes, but at the same time it's like I can't say whether for sure or not whether that's like a really problematic thing or not. I think yeah, like in that circumstance I am a white woman, and you know, I can't say for sure whether that's like negatively affecting, you know, like Asian people as a whole or something, you know, like stop the Asian hate. Literally. Like, remember when that was happening during COVID, where everyone was being like super racist against Asian people? That is... Anyway, that was quite the side rant, but... So in that way, like, I kind of get it. I can't really talk about someone else's troubles, someone else's discrimination they face, because I haven't faced it. I don't know what it's like.
I know her heart. It's just because she wants to help, but I feel like there's ways we can do it better.
Right. So Valkyrae says we can help in better ways. I think we should remember that for the future, because clearly there's something that's happened in this conversation, in this VOD, that has been suggested as a way to help end, or help, I don't know, ease the burden like race talk and stuff, ease the burden. There's something that we can do to change the minds of racist people, apparently. So that's interesting. And then there's this other thing that we're gonna get into before we jump into the VOD. I have to show you this because this pissed me off. This pissed me off as a white woman. Pissed.
No, you can see Katie is just...
Oh my god, his voice, you can just hear him a mile away. Adam Mcintyre. Oh dear. I hate this guy.
Mute, by the way. And this is so awkward, and Vanilla is like trying to have a conversation here. This is so unnecessary, this is so weird, and also, to get people to love people, you have to love...
This is so unnecessary and so weird. So, this is the VOD we'll be watching in a minute. We have VanillaMace in the corner there, that's VanillaMace, that's Katie, and that's KatieB. Love KatieB. I am obsessed with Katie. Katie's great. Now, something I didn't know about Katie is that apparently she is, you know, she's apparently gay, and this conversation between these two, it really is all between Vanilla and Katie. Katie kind of spent the whole rant, like, quiet, so I think Katie was probably a bit uncomfortable, but, or she maybe just didn't want to be involved in the conversation, which is, like, fair enough. I think that this conversation being deemed as unnecessary and just weird, I don't know, I feel like there's this obsession with, like, naming things as being, like, weird, as in, like, it's very high school. It's like, oh my god, you're, like, so weird for that. It's like, what are you really saying here? I feel like you're not really saying anything.
People, you gotta fight hate with love. What are you talking about? The most privileged person you ever know who's never really ever had to face fucking discrimination says something like that.
Really? Really? So now we're doing this thing, which I'm finding really interesting as a woman, is that he's saying that QTCinderella, being a white woman, she's never especially a ex-Mormon woman, she's ex-Mormon, she's never had to face discrimination in her life. That is fucking bananas to me. That is absolutely a reprehensible take to have. She's a overprivileged white woman who's never had discrimination. Like, what the fuck do you know? Like, I'm not out here to defend Cutie because I'm like a secret Cutie fan or whatever. But I mean, this obsession with judging and checking people's privileges, I thought we left that in, like, 2014. Like, come on. You know, when I was in high school, I had a friend group that was very, like, you know, I think everyone in my friend group was gay. I was, like, the only person who was, like, straight. And I love them all. They're all such good people. They're still great people. And I remember one time I had two pretty significant losses in my family, and I was going through a really hard time and really struggling a lot. And my friends, they started this conversation and they were talking about, like, oh, who here has suffered the most? Who here has had, like, the least amount of privilege in life? And oh my god, I wasn't even a part of the conversation because in my head I was just like, this is so fucking stupid and beyond anything that I'm interested in. I'm not interested in judging each other's, like, privilege or being like, oh, you're the least privileged, or oh, you've endured the most discrimination. Like, I don't see the point in that. Like, I'm happy to discuss those things, like privilege and shit like that, but at the same time, it's like judging individually how much someone suffered based on the way that they look, as like that is the epitome of your suffering. I was not interested in that conversation at all, and I have actually I have faced discrimination in my life, and you can tell that QTCinderella has faced discrimination in her life too. You see it all the time. I mean, the Streamer Awards just happened. Every single year she does the Streamer Awards, it's yap about how she's, like, I don't know, choosing her besties and stuff, and I don't really care about that situation. I really couldn't care less about the Streamer Awards. But my friends, they were talking to each other. I wasn't in the conversation, so I was like, just leave me alone, like, in my head. And one of them turns to me and goes, oh, you know, Kate, she's a white woman, so she probably is not as, she's probably a lot more privileged than the trans POC person in the group. And I just like was like, what the fuck did I do? Like he was just saying that I'm like this really privileged person, and maybe I'm conflating like privilege with like not suffering or something. And it's like, and then like the trans person in the group was like, no, she's like a white woman, she definitely gets like, you know, loss in privilege in some places. And you know, I face sexism all the time, everywhere. Every woman does. Every woman faces sexism constantly, and sexism is discrimination. It just is. And little fucking Peter Pan over here, oh my god, he has no concepts of anything. He is a stupid drama YouTuber. Yeah, he's a stupid drama YouTuber, and he just doesn't get it. He's just saying what he's saying because, like, his audience is like, yeah, Kitty's like a terrible person, OMG. Everyone was hating on Cutie for this. Everyone hated on Cutie. KatieB can do no wrong. KatieB, I think she's great. But man, I have so many issues with this idea of like being a white woman means you can't speak about anything, you can't do anything, you're also like the most privileged person out there. And it's like, what are we doing? Like, by doing this like whole conversation of like, you're more privileged than me, you can't speak up, we're just creating more, I don't know, like friction between groups of people. Why are we grouping everyone into these like, I don't know, groups of like, it just makes people more and more separated from each other and distinguished against each other. And I think that the goal should be, I don't know, not that. That's what I think. Anyway, that's all I wanted to show about the fucking Adam Mcintyre. He's a little vicious snake. God, I absolutely do hate him though. For real. And I'm not gonna be subtle about that. I'll be honest about that. I don't like him at all. And especially after seeing that, unbelievable.
Like the people that
it just completely undermines like anything that you're trying to fucking say. And he really doesn't have anything to say. Nothing of substance anyway. Alright, so now we are gonna get into the... Oh lord. This is the VOD. This is the VOD. Gosh, I might actually change the capture. I don't think you guys need to see too much of my background. I'll do myself a favor and make myself bigger. There we go. Alright, so this is a 34-minute clip. It's such a shame. I couldn't find anything that was like a further along where we could see more of like how this all happened, but you know what, we're just gonna deal with it, I suppose. Now, is this what it sounds like on full volume?
are like, oh my god, and to think that you're like
Okay,
serious about everything with like your humor.
Oh, yeah, no. I get
a
the
lot
hate
of that.
threads from both of your fans.
I'm like, oh
I
brother.
know, I'm sorry. It's so
It's okay.
crazy.
It's weird that you're the one writing them, but
Right.
So they're already sort of like going, oh, cutie, like, no one gets your humor, you get all this unnecessary hate for it, like, it just sucks, man. It's kind of interesting. Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just me behind
Yeah.
it.
I'm like
a
big
big
on
page.
Reddit. I love Reddit.
big on Reddit.
I've been seeing a lot of that's why I had to like get off TikTok for a while. People were just like, "Ah, she's just changed. She's just not the same anymore."
That's the worst.
I've
Like
been
you
killing it.
can't
I'm like,
yeah, you can't even like I don't even know. Like blowing up, like in a way is like terrible. Like people say that about everybody. People switch up.
Katie's right. Katie's right. I like this, Katie. Yeah, it's interesting. Although I feel like from what I've seen, people are still very much loving VanillaMace. I don't understand what she's saying, but yeah, Katie's right. It happens to everyone. You blow up, everyone's like, It's just not the same. People saying it about queso too. I've been seeing it. Queso subreddit is low-key kind of full of people just being like, don't you miss these days at that time, yada yada yada. And it's like, listen man, it's just what happens. Enjoy the times when you got them. Enjoy the vibes while they're happening. Stay in the moment because things change. Yeah. I had something else I was gonna say. Oh yeah, by the way, is Katie's mic even like plugged in? I'm a little bit confused on why she sounds like she's halfway across the room. Katie, please. I know the headset is part of your whole look now, but get a microphone, get a better headset, please.
On
It's
literally everybody.
literally-
It's like the worst thing that can happen in a way. Because like
No,
Yeah,
I've been
quite
saying
literally.
you guys aren't the same.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you guys have been weird ever since you got big.
You think I've been weird?
Yeah.
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 low-key.
I think you've just been weird, for real.
Yeah. Somebody said you can't set boundaries
Oh.
anymore. I feel that sometimes too. I feel like if I like try and say something on stream, like nobody even
No one gives a damn.
nobody gives
Nobody
a shit
give
or
a damn.
follows it. And recently I've been seeing like I'll see a video about I don't even know what it'll be, but it'll be like Katie needs to set a boundary about this. And I'm like, I can go on stream talk
bro,
about
I
it for
tried,
I
like-
can go and talk
Setting boundaries. Well, I guess fortunately I haven't had to do anything like that before. I don't really understand. Maybe it's like moderation. There's like a thing where some people, they just don't like moderate their chat at all. And I think with Katie, the thing is that she has this kind of humor where she's like, everything is always about humor with her. She's just always funny, always trying to be funny. And so for her to get on her stream and make it something like serious and actually like say something that she has been thinking about, something that's maybe close to her, setting a boundary. Like, I don't think people respect that or take that as seriously because I think people just don't see her serious side, like, ever.
about it for 10 minutes on stream, nothing's gonna happen. I've done it before, I've done it like nobody changes.
Don't
you know
matter.
what I mean? Yeah, like the people who
Yeah.
do
No, my shit. I have an equal ban authorization protocol in my chat, being as
What's
if
that?
number one, if you fucking suck, you're banned. Like if you're like racist, you're banned. But if
Yeah.
you also
Ooh.
call me
Oh, okay. Here's the preamble, I guess. Holy shit. Oh God, give me a second. Actually, I need to bring up my document because if I don't do that, I am not gonna get these timestamps done. So, I'm gonna rearrange my shit for a moment. Okay, and I'm gonna turn off Spotify real quick. Okay, thank you. So yeah, I guess you're in my chat, you say some shit, you get banned, and I'm pretty much the same way as well. I mean, I guess there's some people in my chat who I know a lot better, and I suppose that certain things that they say, it's like, well, kind of are that person, I guess. You are the person who can say that. Hopefully that doesn't sound horrible, but I feel like everyone knows what that means. But then it's like, well, if you have randoms in your chat and like if you're like someone like QTCinderella, you don't know who your chatters are and what they look like. I think I think someone in Queso's subreddit was like, hey, I got banned for saying the N-word but I'm black, and it's like, well, how are they supposed to know that you're like a black person saying the N-word? It's like, yeah, I don't know. For all they know, you could just be another person trying to perpetuate more racism. And yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of like that, I guess. I think it is good to have like a less of a tolerance and be more like ban happy, because I think if you're more ban happy, then people will actually try a lot harder to respect the rules. But then sometimes, guys, we have this problem where people have moderators and their moderators are kind of overzealous with their powers sometimes. I see it all the time. I used to see it in this is a crazy pool. I used to see it in Gary's mod, Dark RP all the time. People get admin permissions and they just go wild. They become like, reminds me of the Zimbardo prison experiment, One group of people are the prisoners, one group of people are the prison guards, and those prison guards, they said, oh, police brutality? Hold my hat. Alright, here we go. Oh my god, why did I do that again? Oh, we got a great setup here. Fabulous setup, some would say.
Be racist because
You're banned.
I was slow to ban someone who was racist.
Yes.
Then you're also banned.
Okay, you know what? I fuck with that. I like QT.
Oh. I mean, honestly, fair enough. Some people are so fucking annoying that it's like, yeah, let's ban the person who's also like, you took a little bit too long to ban them. Are you maybe racist? Are you not doing your job right at like moderating your chat? Like, dude, come on. Some people are just so insufferable, man.
Don't play
Watch
no
me
fucking
long
games.
enough, you know who I am and what I represent, so shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
You're not here to be my mother. My mother died,
Exactly.
so I don't need another one. We're good.
Literally, like.
Jeez. Whoa, okay. Jesus Christ. Fair enough.
I was gonna say exactly to that part, but I actually can't relate to that. So.
Okay, well.
But
it drives me crazy when I see like audiences babying streamers and like what you're saying, set a boundary, you're banned.
And that was the sound of Phasmophobia being downloaded. Hey guys, Phasmophobia's done. Guys, we can play now. Meanwhile,
Shut the fuck up. You don't tell me what to
literally.
do. You don't even watch.
Quite literally.
There's this person that posted the other day on Twitter, and they're like, "I've been following QT for so long. This is such a disappointment from her." And I said, "No, you haven't.
Yeah.
No, you haven't, because you wouldn't.
You wouldn't.
Because if you did, then you would
This
have
means
fucking
nothing
like.
to me. You also
Yeah.
can't read my tone at all, which is insane.
Especially if you've been watching me for this long, like.
You can't read my tone. When I say, that sounds incredible. You don't like. Come on.
Like you don't
Come
think
on.
that's like yeah.
okay, yeah, so we're getting this conversation about tone again, which is... Alright, we're talking about her tone. I suppose... Yeah, so I don't know what's happening, what is in question here, but it seems that there was a clip or something that was already happening beforehand, before this video, so people were already kind of like talking a little bit about like supposed QTCinderella racism and stuff. So I wonder what that's about. I believe it has something to do with FaZe Clan, which is like... FaZe Clan? Whoa, I remember FaZe Clan.
Okay, whatever.
Literally,
And
bro.
instead, I'm a
Literally.
horrible person. No, you don't. Goodbye.
Yeah.
We're good without you.
That kills me too. No, legit. I'm like, and that's legit. That's what I've been having that conversation too with my chat a little bit. I'm like, if y'all have like actually been sitting here watching, like, then you like, you know, like who I am, what I stand for, like whatever the fuck. But then it's just like you see like one thing, and then people are just like, what? Oh my god. I hate her. I fucking hate her. I can't believe that she would do this to me.
Yeah.
It's a really big problem, actually. It's happening to a lot of people where some clip gets around and, you know, a lot of the times these clips are manufactured in a way that makes someone look like a terrible, awful human being. And it's like, I'm glad that VanillaMace can acknowledge that that's something that happens. But it seems to me, from my perspective, is she's only giving herself and her friends that benefit of the doubt. Because there's certain people that VanillaMace has talked about not too long ago, saying that they were, oh, what did they say? They were like Israel supporters or some shit. People who are not Israel supporters. But it's because these people have seen these clips on TikTok and they go, oh my god, I saw this clip on TikTok that made me go, wow, I had no idea this person was an IDF supporter. Oh my god. Okay, VanillaMace, but we'll give you the benefit of the doubt, shall we?
I'm just like, what the
only
f-
see
like.
your TikTok videos probably like.
Yeah, the whole time that they've like legit only ever watched me on TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh okay.
Dude, this is what's so funny, is even this person right here. QT blocked me on Twitter for saying L-Take when she was talking about Asmongold and Aiden Ross are saying that they are running a streamer awards. That is what they're saying. They're doing it
Yes.
regardless of what I say. Just so everybody
Right.
knows. They are
Okay.
doing it regardless.
Yeah.
And I have hundreds of thousands of people telling me that my show's gonna suck and their show's gonna overtake it.
Yeah, this is another thing that happened recently. You might have heard about it. Asmongold and Aaron Ross were like, let's make an awards show, let's do something. I believe maybe it's because they wanted to do something for Kick. Yay, Kick, right? My first thought about this was, okay, I don't believe Aiden Ross has ever done anything like event planning before. I could be wrong, I don't watch his content, but I don't believe he's done that stuff. I don't think it's in his wheelhouse. I don't know if he even knows how to even set that up or how to go about it. Asmongold doesn't leave his house. So I was having a little bit of trouble thinking like how that's gonna happen, but whatever. That's between Aiden and Asmongold. If they want to do that, I think like whatever, right? But people were getting upset with QT because she had messaged Asmon, said, or she'd tweeted about it and said like, listen, I think they can do something that's really unique and interesting on their own, you know, goals, their own terms. There's a lot of categories that QT has decided not to go with, I think. More like controversial categories. I think she wants the streamer awards to be more like, I don't know, advertiser friendly probably, or maybe even more friendly to the people who are going there. I mean, could you imagine if they had best breakup or the biggest breakup category when XQC and Adept were breaking up? Like, come on. Although that probably would have been them every single year.
Feel fine saying good luck.
Like that's all you could like.
Good luck. I'm not gonna.
Like, okay.
I'm not gonna get on my knees and be like, guys, please leave me alone. I'm not gonna do that. The bullying people are gonna bully. I'm just gonna say good luck, and then everyone is like, oh, she's supporting them. No, I'm fucking not. I'm saying good luck.
Like she's good, like literally, like bro, good luck.
Jesus Christ, people are so fucking stupid. It drives me crazy.
Yeah. No.
My takeaway from this so far is that I believe that these people, these two. Oh, it sounds like VanillaMace already went off TikTok a little bit. QT, I think, needs to get off the internet a little bit more. I think, like, as a content creator and stuff, it's like, dude, if she's seeing tweets about herself being, like, a supposed, like, racist and shit, and people being like, I was a fan, but now I believe that you're super racist, it's like, girl, you need to stop looking at that stuff for your own mental health, because you can't control what everyone says about you, you can't control what people think about you. There's always going to be people who don't like you, and you can make your best efforts to be a likable person. Although I don't know if I don't know if QT's actually doing that, but I feel like she's just being herself, and you know, people like her, and if they don't, then they don't.
Legit drives me nuts. That's the one thing too, like, about this industry that I feel like is so much more like emotionally fucking draining than like quite literally working at the club, and that was a very emotionally draining job, but this is like in a—
Oh yeah, so some VanillaMace lore that I learned is that she used to be a stripper, I believe. She used to work at a strip club, and yeah, so she's saying that we have it confirmed from a stripper. Streaming is harder than stripping. Damn. I mean, I feel like with streaming, at the very least, if you get to like a level that they are at, yeah, it's like a lot more people, it's a lot more eyes on you. If you're like working at the club and stuff, there's a very sort of like minimum amount of eyes that you're gonna have on you at any given time.
Different way, because it's like I fall for the fucking rage bait every time. Like I literally am like, ah! Like I literally am like, oh my god, how stupid! Can somebody help me? Like it gets me every time, unfortunately, because I'm just like, bro, people are just that's the problem. People are way too comfortable on the fucking internet. Like it's so fucking weird.
Again, VanillaMace kind of cooking here. I agree. People are way too comfortable on the internet calling people fucking like genocide supporters willy-nilly, calling people fucking, I don't know, Israel lapdogs. Wow, why is everything to do with IP? Jesus Christ. It's true though. Every like listen, there was an allegation that came out. Some people are just throwing allegations out like so willy-nilly with no evidence, nothing to support what they're saying, and yeah, people are too comfortable. People are too comfortable making these assertions about people, and you see it at like Reddit is helping this fester. You know, you see these fucking snark pages, and it's like, it's massively fucked up. It is colossally messed up. You know, I haven't been on the Kardashian snark page in a minute. I don't even know. Girl, I don't even know if the Kardashian snark page is still up. Let me check that shit. Some people get their snark pages removed, which is like good for them. But oh my god, keeping up with the Kardashian snark. Yeah, it's still up. Keeping up with the Kardashian snark. Holy shit. And I would say that even the snark has come to TikTok. It's been on TikTok, really. It's just my For You page at the moment is just full of people talking about like, yeah, I know it's the Kardashians, guys. I've been deep in the Kardashian lore lately. I don't know, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy. And the thing is, you can't even fight it that well, because if you have like millions of accounts posting about your life and who you are, making these assertions, I mean, what do you do against that? Like, literally, what can you do against that? If you have like no audience, you're fucked. If you have nothing, you have to run off the internet. You run off. It's insane. So I completely understand what they mean when they said like streaming is like super emotionally like draining. Yeah, all I can say is that, you know, you just gotta make sure that you're strict with your rules and you uphold them. Keep your boundaries, maybe. I don't know. I don't fucking know any of this shit.
Like, it's not even like that's what kills me too, is that if people will be mad at me about something that is completely unrelated, and then they'll make it into something else, and then they'll be like, oh, and like someone commented something on something like, they were like, oh girl, you're eating, and then someone else like replied, who obviously is like mad about something fucking else or whatever, just doesn't like me, and she was like, well, she should be eating a salad too. I'm just like, girl, I'm like, why are we turning it into something that like I'm just like, girl, like what the fuck are we even, like, it's just shit like that, and I'm like, y'all are too.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I said before, I hate to reiterate myself, but you just gotta not look at that stuff.
Too comfortable on this fucking internet, like simply y'all are just too comfortable.
This is my perfect example. It's like, okay, I collab with Lacey. Lacey makes some homophobic jokes sometimes that I am not comfortable with the homophobic jokes Lacey has made. Lacey knows that he can't make those jokes around me. That does not mean that I am homophobic, believe it or not, everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, so this is kind of like the crux that we're getting to, and we're 6 minutes into this 34-minute video, holy shit. This is the crux of it all. It's like, okay, I hang out with someone who makes racist jokes or homophobic jokes, but I told them, you cannot do that around me. I don't like that. And so they respect that. Okay. So she's like, you're the problematic person, Lacey, but I'm not. Okay, let's see how... Not really following this convo, but pop off queens.
Like,
oh boy.
Yeah.
You are not who you associate with. Like, shut the fuck up. You're like, you don't build bridges by burning them. That's not how it works. Like,
I do kind of like think that I have a complicated thought about like being friends with people in association. I think that maybe it's kind of nuanced. It's like, listen, if you hang out with like Nazis, for instance, I know, if you hang out with Nazis, for instance, it's like, well, why do you do that? That doesn't really make a whole lot of, like, I'm not gonna hang out with a Nazi. I don't agree with their rhetoric, their ideology. I don't agree is like a very soft way of saying it, but it's like, your views and your actions are reprehensible. Why would I hang out with someone like that? But if someone hangs out with someone like that, it must mean that to a degree you agree with stuff, or you have a fond enough relationship. I don't know. But I suppose it's like, if it's someone who goes like, "Oh, you're gay," to like their friend, "Oh, you're gay for that." Does that mean that the person they associate with is also someone who's like, "Oh, they're gay"? I think that in some cases, other people's behaviors rub off on you, but like Katie said, he doesn't do it in her presence. So, okay, moving on.
You don't invite people to open their mind and be more open-minded by being like, "Fuck you." That's just
yeah,
not
that's
how
the thing
world
too.
works.
And then I feel like sometimes too, it's like, okay, if somebody like says something or has like a take that people don't agree with, or like get shit on or whatever, then it's just like, okay, like, and then that person were to be like, oh, I'm sorry, like, I apologize for that, and I'm going to, like, change and do better or whatever, then that's still not enough for people. Like, as long as it's not something that's like...
Okay, interesting. It's still not enough for people. Yeah, a lot of the time, I think it's because there's been so many people who go like, sorry for this, but it's empty. It's like empty promises. You need to say sorry and approach that with changes and action, but... Okay, well, let's keep going.
Crazy.
That's like the worst ever, like, you know what I mean? Like, as long as it's not something that's like a quite literal, like, fucking, like, actually, like, cancelable thing, I feel like people will be like, then the person will, like, be like, you know, actually, like, I apologize, and I understand where you guys are coming from, whatever, and then sometimes people will still be, like, mad about whatever, like, XYZ.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah.
Interesting, because I think other people who are like typing in their chat are talking about how they would never associate or be friends with people who are homophobic. I don't think I've genuinely met someone who is a genuinely homophobic, like, other than like older people. I have not met someone who is genuinely like, I hate the gay people, I think the gay people should sit in the closet, I think that they should keep it at home, I think that they should, you know, stop, you know, dressing that way. Like, I haven't met anyone like that. Of course, they exist, right? So, I guess I can't really speak on whether I'd hang out with them or not. Like, I suppose I wouldn't, to be honest. I suppose I wouldn't, but I would... I guess what I want to ask, what I want to try and figure out, is this FaZe Lacy person, I know nothing about them. Is this FaZe Lacy guy, like, does he actually openly hate, like, gay people? Or is he just saying, like, haha, that's gay, or something? Because, I don't know. I mean, if you take offense to someone saying that, fair enough. People use... Dude, people always go, like, gay used to mean happy, so when I say haha you're gay, it means haha you're happy. And it's like, dude, we all know like what you're doing. Like, please.
Yeah. Why do you hang out with someone? So they did this 10 years ago. Okay, well they've apologized.
It's hard being.
Wait a second. Okay, now this is interesting. Are we dealing with a situation where it's like maybe this guy said something, you know, horrible about certain groups 10 years ago and they've apologized and moved on from that? And people are still mad at them? Okay. Okay, well then it's like, well, what did you do 10 years ago? Let's bring up your fucking post history.
Influencer.
So
It's
yeah,
hard,
it's
bro.
just miserable.
Am I still blurry on y'all's screen?
Yeah, very
Yeah,
blurry.
you're
Okay.
just
Well,
nothing.
my game
You
downloaded,
are.
so I don't know why.
Guys, my game downloaded. We're ready. We're ready, guys. I'm so ready to play Phasmophobia with you. Alright, guys, I'm gonna go BRB real quick. I need to go to the toilet. I'll be right back. I was kinda hoping I could blow my nose, but I'll just wait. Alright, I am back. Swag. Let's continue with this, shall we?
Okay.
But W mini podcasts they're saying. All
Sorry,
because
bit of a-
everyone's all because they're hating on me. Guys, think
Yeah,
about
all
that.
because people need to stop hating on Katie.
Yeah, it's all comes back to hating on me. So y'all can hate.
Wait, for real? Wait, why are people hating on Katie? She's such a swell person, you know? She's just so lovely.
Hate on them too, but don't hate on me. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Bruh. Like, it's just, Katie just gets, it's like too much, you know, so it's just
We're
too
just
much.
tired.
She's
Yeah.
just
We
tired.
understand that Katie's racist.
She's just
But-
tired, bro. Like,
It's fine that I hang out with
hey
her.
guys,
It
let's
doesn't
go
mean
hate on
I'm
Cutie
racist
because she's not joking. Cutie's not joking when she says that, and she's not being sarcastic. So let's go.
What the
Let's
heck?
go spam her with hate.
I think Katie.
Jesus.
I think Katie.
Right?
I don't think
Chat.
that was very nice. Wow, I really don't think that's nice, Katie. Wow, now racist and hateful.
Wow.
Weird.
Racist and hateful.
Awful, bro.
Oh
Alright,
man, I don't know.
I'm down to find a ghost.
You ready?
Yep.
All right, let me look at Swift one more time and then I'm ready to play.
Okay.
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 There's still a lot of
QT
time
and Katie
left.
boxing match when? I like that, actually. Who do you think wins that while she's not here? Vanilla? Who do you think wins?
Cutie Katie boxing match, you.
Thank you.
Alright, riveting commentary, but we're apparently about to play against some ghosts. Oh, okay. I don't think we ever get to Phasmophobia.
Thank you.
What'd you
Actually,
say?
I don't know.
What,
She might have some. Actually, you never know.
What?
She said, "Who do you think wins in a Cutie Katie boxing match?" And I said, "Katie."
Ooh, Katie.
Yeah. Okay.
You've got
I
more,
didn't
like-
want you to.
Like
She's
I
like
will get
fast. She'd be
tired.
like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
You got like cardio.
Alright, this is...
And I've got like I just ate a burger.
I don't
When
mean
do we
nothing.
get back to the real
Quick.
shit?
Jokes.
Oh shit.
That.
Oh, okay.
Long since I've played Phasmophobia. How many updates have there been?
A lot.
A few.
I don't know.
It's hard to
We
get into.
played a little while ago. God, people are friggin' being annoying in my chat right now.
Why?
Okay, we're
They're
back
being
to
so
it.
annoying mine earlier too. They just like to be going on tangents.
What are they saying, Vanilla?
That about the homophobic jokes. They're like, but then you just if you still hang out with someone like that, then you just support it.
No. So this is what I'm gonna describe, okay? And you guys can
Okay.
believe what you can believe.
I know, like I want
Okay.
like explain it. I want you to like explain it better.
I'm gonna explain it. You guys
I want you to explain it better. Okay. Okay, interesting. It's like Vanilla's kind of like, no girl, go off. Explain it. I know you can explain this the right way. I know you can say the right thing. Go off, queen.
can believe what you want to believe. I understand. But you're not allowed to coach me and say like that's not right, that's not what you like, just because I don't act the same way you act. You're not allowed to like coach me through that, because at the end of the day I am somebody that's like, bitch, I'm an ally. Like
And I know
I am
where
not
I'm at.
homophobic.
That's where it's
Everybody
like, and I
knows
know
I'm
where
not
I'm at.
homophobic. It doesn't matter who I talk to. Like the thing is
Yeah.
like I was raised in a very religious family. Unfortunately, there are people in my family that are racist. There are people in my family that are bigoted. There are people in my family that are homophobic. There's people in my family that are transphobic. Like, but
So then this kind of enters into the new discussion of like, well, when it comes to family, it's like, what do you do about that? Do you challenge your family on their views? Do you like, what do you do when it comes to family? Because obviously when it comes to friends and family, they're both kind of different sides of the field in the way that you handle it, right?
still love my family, right? And I still know that there are that members of my family have good qualities. They have good qualities. And what's most important to get people to love other people is to love them. Fighting hate with hate will never get anything anywhere. If I were to say to someone who's homophobic, go fuck yourself, you homophobic prick, yes, I told them what they deserve. However, they aren't ever gonna feel accepting. They're never gonna learn how to be accepting.
I suppose there's one side, like one angle to this thing where like Cutie's suddenly hanging out with these FaZe people. She's actually been hanging out with FaZe or like talking about them for like a very long time. Even I think back in like 2023 or something, back when I was watching the Wine About It podcast more often. I think she talked at one point about being the FaZe clan, like the den mother or something about that. And so I think she's always had some kind of ties to FaZe, and I don't know if FaZe Lacey is like a brand new member or something, but she's always been kind of like phased up. She even joked about wanting to join FaZe and stuff, so I don't know. It's like to me it's kind of strange. Okay, FaZe Lacey is 22 apparently. When did he join FaZe? FaZe Lacey, when did he join? 2024? Allegedly April 2024. It's one of those things where it's like, to me, Kitty's been hanging out with FaZe. She's been phased up. I feel like I remember even Hassan would talk about it too, or at least QT and FaZe. So to me, it's kind of strange that all of a sudden now suddenly there's all this issue with QT being like phased up, and I don't know, I just kind of find that a little bit fucking bizarre that just now we're talking about, just now we're having problems with this, and it makes me think that we'll get into it later, but I have some thoughts about that. Now, one thing I do want to say is that I believe Nicholas Diorio said that the reason why QT is, he thinks anyway, what he thinks is that QT hangs out with FaZe because it's good content, it's easy, it keeps her relevant, it's like easy money, right? Me personally, I don't know if I'm super convinced about that. Listen, I think it's a fair point, it's a fair view, I reckon. And when he said that, I did kind of think like, there might be something to it there. I mean, all these streamers that hang out with each other, it's always mutually beneficial to a point, right? However, like, do I believe that QT just hangs out with FaZe because it's like financially beneficial? I mean, honestly, I feel like FaZe benefits more from hanging out with QT. That's what I think. Am I wrong for that? I feel like FaZe has been kind of like down. FaZe started trading publicly or something, and it's just like, dude, that company is like sinking, I think. That's what I thought anyway. That was my impression.
Like, do you understand that if you just write people off because they believe different things than you, they're never going to be exposed to why it's good to be around people that don't think like you, right?
And I will say that I've had relationships with people in the past who, as we were growing up, they had certain viewpoints, and I genuinely do believe that because these people knew people that were part of those groups, they were able to learn more, and to be able to go, oh, so the reason why that is like that, like that's not good. Man, is that vague or what? I remember when I was growing up as well in high school, I feel like year 7, so it was probably like 12, 13 or something. I would say like, I would do like the homophobic jokes. Or like, yeah, because I grew up watching people like Onision, Shane Dawson, OMG, and so I thought it was normal to be like, oh, that's gay. I thought that was normal. I thought that was funny. I thought that was top tier humor, by the way. 13-year-old me, hilarious. That's what I thought. And at that time, I didn't know. I don't think anyone really knew, but at that time, my friend group, one of my friends who is gay was explaining to me like why you shouldn't do that, why that is harmful, and you know, I think for me, it's like I really did see the hurt that it was causing other people, and it's like, well, I don't have to make those jokes, and it's also, I don't want to rely on that kind of humor. I want to actually be funny. I don't want to actually be like, oh, you're gay as like a humor, as like a crutch. It's the same with like swearing. You don't want swearing to be like all your filler words, because then you just sound kind of dumb. I'm sorry, it just does kind of sound kind of dumb. Yeah. So I think there are benefits here when it comes to hanging out with people. Like, my friends could have easily have just ditched me and been like, oh, well, we don't like you and we're not going to explain why. And, you know, people would say like, oh, well, you know, you're like 30, you're 50, you know, my grandpa was like 80, he should know like that it's wrong to call people like homos or whatever. And I will agree that there are some people out there, you cannot change their mind. No amount of conversation, no amount of fucking reaching out to them in like a goodwill manner, none of that is going to change them. Some people just are literally stuck in their ways. And I see this all the time with fucking boomers, is that they believe that they are who they are and they will not change. And it's like, yeah, you decided that you are stuck in this point in time. You cannot be bothered doing anything. You cannot be bothered challenging your beliefs. I don't want anything to do with you, to be honest. And yeah, that's kind of like my prerogative. And you know, for some people it's like it's easy to say that I'm not gonna hang out with my family if they're racist, but then like they still go to Thanksgiving, they still sit at the dinner table, and they, you know, they don't say anything, they're just kind of like quiet about it. And you know, if you watch my previous video, as I said, is that yeah, there are some family members that I have some problems with, but I will still be kind of I guess respectful, because there are other family members there who just want everyone to be there and have a good time, and everyone's different. Some people are like, no, I'm gonna sit up, I'm gonna stand up, I'm gonna say what I feel, and I'm gonna argue, and I don't really have a problem with that either. I think that if that's the way you want to be, then I don't think that makes you like a bad person. I don't think that makes you a bad like child or a family member. If you want to challenge other family members at the dinner table and like really argue and talk about this, then yeah, I don't think you're a bad person. I think the way you go about it matters, but at the end of the day, I think either way it's an understandable position to be in, because I don't think you can expect everyone on Earth to be a fighter, to be super confrontational, especially when it comes like in-person meetings and stuff. Like online, it's very different. People are a lot more gung-ho with their opinions and are a lot more ready to type out and argue with people online. But when it comes to like the in-person like perspective, or if you're like the odd one out in your family at the dinner table, everyone is like gonna pile on you. It's like sometimes it really is just like, I'm just here to listen. I like that my grandpa's into airplanes. We'll talk about airplanes, but if we start talking about like trans people, it's like this is not going to go anywhere. And yeah, so for that respect, I think that some people, it's not as easy for them to just like abandon their family, like uproot everything with their family because of the principle of it. And like, again, like I wouldn't say that you're like a terrible, horrible person for doing that. I think that it's complicated, and unfortunately a lot of people view these situations as very like one-dimensional, one-sided. And the thing is about life, interpersonal relationships, it's not one-dimensional. The human brain, the way we feel emotionally, it's multifaceted, and everyone's different. We cannot keep applying the same like, this is how I am, this is how you need to be for me to accept you. It's like, we can't keep doing that.
No,
like
I see that.
so my stepbrother is trans, and my dad refuses to use the correct pronouns.
And does, yeah, right.
And he doesn't understand that he doesn't understand why it's so important, right? And it drives me crazy. And it drives my stepbrother crazy, of course. But I've had to say to my dad, you know it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to hurt you to say the correct pronouns, but it does hurt him when you say the wrong ones.
Right.
And you know what the difference is I'm able to have this conversation with my dad because I'm open-minded and we love each other. My stepbrother just says fuck off and won't talk to my dad. So there's no progress being made.
Okay. I think there's a couple of different things that I want to touch on with this aspect. So we've got the trans stepbrother who has gone no contact with the dad because the dad will not respect their, I suppose, their wishes, their boundaries, however you want to put it. And meanwhile, QT is the one out here who is actually trying to change the dad's mind. Now, I'm going to look at this through like the lens of like sexism because that's what I can relate to. I'm not trans, I'm not gay, I'm pretty much I'm pretty much like a straight person, right? So I'm going to look at this in the lens of what I understand, which is sexism. So for me, there is someone in the family who is extremely sexist and has made sexist remarks to me, and I just do not really talk to them. I don't talk to them. I would love to say, fuck you, you're wrong, you're a dipshit, but that's not what I want to do. I would much rather someone else in the family, maybe a man, talk to this other man and explain to them like what's the dealio with this, and hopefully change their mind. Because, you know, the thing about a sexist person is they're not going to listen to me, they're not going to take in what I have to say, because they have this like dumbass mental block where they just view me as like, what's that TV show where when people go, like, they talk, they're like, or I just sound like an Animal Crossing character to them. That, like, what I'm saying doesn't even go, like, in their ears. It's like, it flows past them like a breeze. But I don't have a problem with other people in the family, like, still talking to them. I would hope that they would, actively challenge them and stuff, and that's what I would like. But I'm not going to do it. I feel like I'm not the person to do that. And I think in this situation, I think Cutie's brother has every right to be angry with the dad. Because the dad is intentionally fucking with their feelings. Is like, the dad refuses to learn, the dad refuses to accept them as they are. And I think that, yeah, you have every right to be like, fuck you, I'm not talking to you, fuck off. And in doing that, you can hope that that family member sees that reaction and goes, oh, okay, I'm actually really harming this person that I love, I'm supposed to love, right? And then maybe that action will make them kind of see the error of their ways, or try to be more open-minded to understanding that position, right? So I think both the brother and Cutie are kind of, they're trying different things to try and get their dad to see their point of view. And it's true. It's like, it's not gonna hurt you giving someone the pronouns that they like. It's not gonna hurt. It's like, it's not holy water. It's fine. I think that it really, you don't have anything to lose from doing that. But what you do have to lose is that when you purposely use the wrong pronouns, if you purposely don't respect someone's wishes, then they're going to exit the relationship. And I think that that's a understandable outcome of that. But I think Cutie here is kind of criticizing them, being like, oh, well, you should stay in contact with dad so you can explain these things to him. And it's like, well, it sounds to me like they've already tried to explain it to their dad, and the dad's just not listening to them. And that's why I'm thinking of it in the way of like sexism. A lot of people who are like deep in the rabbit hole of sexism, they're not going to listen to me. They're just not. And this is why I think that, you know, people should work together instead of like breaking off into groups of like who's privileged and who's white and who's not white. Because Cutie is able to talk to this guy, and she's not as close to it, so I think that she's able to have these conversations and not be like, you know, dysregulated or emotional over it and stuff, because I think that people benefit from having those conversations where it's not as emotional for them. It really depends on so many things, but that's kind of what I think anyway. Oh my god.
Right? And so you can believe what you want. You guys can you can say that. You can say to me, no, you're supporting it. I'm not. I don't support that my father is transphobic at times. I don't support that. I'm not. I don't support it. Period, the end. But I still love my dad, and I'll go to coffee with him tomorrow. But I don't support that.
Yeah. Oh my god. Exactly. Like, these relationships, they're so complicated, you know? Like, especially with someone like Cutie, we know, like, her mother died when she was... God, I think she was, like, a teenager or something, right? Or she might have been, like, 19 or something? Yeah, and it's just, like... That makes the dynamic so different. And if you're a person who's never had, like, a parent die prematurely, or, like, any family member who you were close to, perhaps, prematurely dying, or just dying in general, it's like... You really can't fathom it until it happens to you. And to happen to her at such a young age... is like, yeah, she's gonna care about her relationship with her dad, her only parent remaining, because it just makes it, that family, I don't know, kinship that much more important. And so I think it just is really important to her that she has that relationship. Again, it's like, how can you fault someone for feeling that way? Like, how can you demonize someone who is extremely human and, by the way, not supporting this person's views and actively trying to change those views? Like, this is kind of what VanillaMace was saying earlier about how people are just like too crazy and too stupid.
World is not as black as white as everyone thinks. Like, you guys, you can't fight hate with hate. It doesn't get you anywhere. It literally does not get you anywhere. Like, it's so important to, like, as someone who's very open-minded, to be around closed-minded people and show them that it's okay to be open-minded is actually one of the most important things you can do, like, as a human. It really is. But I get it. You guys can think what you think. I'm not going to change, though. I'm not going to...
Yeah.
I will never believe that if I'm kind to a hateful person, that means I agree with them. I will never believe that. No matter what you guys say, I won't believe it, because at the...
Yeah, the whole, like, fighting hate with love thing is, again, it doesn't apply to everyone. And I know that there's a lot of people out there who are very much deserving of hate and, you know, yeah, hate, right? For their views. And I think the problem with fighting hate with hate is that there are people out there who see these clip compilations. Let's take trans people for example, right? There are clip compilations out there of trans people getting really angry about their pronouns being misused, or, you know, having the wrong pronouns used, or being dead named. And people will see these compilations and that will shape their worldview. I'm not even kidding. They will see this and they will think, oh, this is like what most trans people are like. They get very angry and then these people who watch these compilations think that, shit, if I make a mistake, I'm gonna get fucking like reamed out in public. I'm gonna get like publicly humiliated if I interact with these individuals the wrong way. And I just have to say that, like, that is not how this world works. This is not how trans people work. And my problem, this is the problem with, like, all these short form videos, these compilation videos of, like, people trolling people. Like, I've seen, like, the trolling people in VR chat stuff. It's like, it's the exact same thing as these, like, compilations, right? These people harass another person from end on end. Is that how it's said? They harass them, and then they take the clip just before they blow off. Just before they blow up, right? And they clip that, and then they put that into a compilation of things, and they go, look at these trans people who are just getting so mad because you accidentally, like, mischaracterized them or whatever. And it's why you have to watch these things, if you do come across them, you have to look at them with, like, a very skeptical point of view. And, like, in my perspective, from my experience with trans people, it was hard getting used to the new pronouns. It was very hard, especially using, like, they, them. It's a difficult thing that you have to kind of learn and get used to. And it is kind of nerve-wracking because when you say the thing and, like, the wrong pronoun, it's like, oh my god, I totally didn't mean to do that, because you know it hurts them. And I think with humans is, like, we don't like to make someone hurt. We don't like to know that we're someone who's hurting another person. So I feel like our brains try to justify it and go like, oh, we're not hurting them. Anyway, that being said, for me personally, it was very beneficial to know trans people who were very gentle and very understanding of misusing pronouns, because then that shapes your worldview in a much better way. Whereas these people who, they don't go outside, they see these compilations, they build their worldview on it, it's fucked. Look at these videos with a skeptical eye, guys, because they have an agenda. They just do.
At the end of the day, if I'm around a racist person, I'm just not racist. I'm not. Me, I am not. They are, yes. But how am I supposed to help them ever? By cutting them off? No. Like, I get it. You guys can think in black and white, but that's not how it works over here. That's not how it works for me, but...
Period.
Sorry for
This
the,
is the thing, I feel like it's the
spiel.
no, don't be sorry, don't be sorry. It's like, again, it's like one of those things where it's like, dang, like it is like a fucking hard thing, because again, like there's definitely people in my family as well that like are fucking...
See, VanillaMace, she's agreeing. She's going like, hey, like this is definitely a hard thing that we go through, and it's not black and white. Thank you. That is the logical thing to say here. Like, come on.
and like pretty Trumpy and like in my extended family and shit. And I grew up around a lot of that too, were just hearing remarks and them saying things about just like, you know, people that were not fucking just white, straight people. And me kind of being like, what the fuck? Like, you know, like quite literally what the fuck? And like, it's almost like a thing where it's like, again, and this is like my, not really like my direct family, so it's like one of those things where it's like, okay, I don't really see them like that anyway, so it's like, what the fuck am I gonna do, like blow up the dinner table right now, like type shit? It's just like, it's like when I feel like when it...
Again, there's this thing where it's like, listen, am I gonna ruin family Thanksgiving, Christmas dinner, or are we just gonna agree that we have differences and move on? Again, I think that whichever way that you choose to go about it is fine. You're not a terrible person for having human feelings.
When it comes to like real life, like obviously if it's somebody, if I found out that like somebody who is like a really fucking good friend of mine, whatever, like, I mean, that's also the thing too. I'm like, people that are really good friends of mine that I keep close to me, I already know where their head's at. Like, I feel like I already know where their head's at, like when it comes to like people that, so I'm like, that's not really something I had to worry about anyway. But I feel like what kills me the most is I feel like the people in chat will be getting so mad, and I'm like, y'all be acting like some of y'all family members, brothers, sister, like other people that you have, like fucking boyfriends, your boyfriend's friends, like will make, like, this is what kills me, is that these same people will be in a room with their fucking like loser ass boyfriend, and then their boyfriend's brothers or fucking like friends or something will make a gay joke or something, and you'll sit there like this.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just, it just is what it is. I don't know. Again, people are very happy to be like keyboard warriors and type in chat and be like, oh well, I just don't tolerate it. I have a zero tolerance policy for this. And, you know, some people's situations is that they hate their family. They have good reason to. They don't feel that close to their family. They can cut off their family. It's very, for some people, it's very easy to do. I don't think it's ever easy, but it's more like, some people it's just like, this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm fine with that. I've made my peace with that. And for some people it's just not that easy. And yeah, I mean, listen, people still talk to that sexist guy in the family. People still care about him and want to help him. I don't think ever once in my mind did I ever think like, no, you have to break contact with him. You have to stop caring about him. You have to stop, I don't know, helping him out when he's in trouble. It didn't once cross my mind that the other family members should treat him that way. Not once. So it's just so bizarre to me that people would so quickly be like, you have to break up with them. It's like, what kind of world do you live in that's like your go-to, and that you have to control what other people are doing and what other people are doing to live their life? It's like, wow, I feel like that's actually like fucking crazy.
You'll sit there like that, and then as soon as someone online isn't like literally like standing like screaming at the roof of their fucking like, and then everyone's like, oh god, they're the worst. They're the worst. They're the worst.
I also think a lot of people are misinterpreting a little bit about like what I'm saying too. I don't judge my stepbrother for not talking to my my
No, not at
pretty
all.
clear.
my stepbrother
His
is
feelings
allowed
are
to
valid.
do that.
Absolutely.
He is so allowed to be pissed at my dad, and clearly, like, my dad is very hurtful when he uses the wrong pronouns. It makes me sad, right? It makes me very, very sad, and that's totally fine. That's his boundary. However, I simply believe that I can coach people into love, and I know that's fucking insane of me to say, but I do think I can get my dad to.
And again, I don't think that's insane to say. And the fact that she even has to say it like that, like framing it in that way, it's so sad. It's so sad that you have to say to your audience that, like, yeah, I'm crazy because I believe that I can change my dad's opinion, or at least make him see, well, make is a strong word, or we can have a conversation where it clicks, where it's like, oh, this is actually really important to my now son, I guess. I don't know. My trans child. This is important to them, and I need to change my ways to accommodate that. You know, like, people act like using someone's correct pronouns is going to be a slippery slope to, like, oh, well, now they're just going to control everything I say and stuff like that. And it's like, well, yeah.
Not be transphobic eventually. I believe
But that's
that.
the thing, and it's
I just believe
happened.
it.
Like, there are so many stories of people out there being like quite literally being like, oh, I quite literally was fucking racist, or I was homophobic, or I was XYZ, whatever, transphobic. And then they literally are like, and then I met someone who either was one of these or something like that, and then, like, you see these people, and then I feel like people, like, I'll see videos of shit like that, and then people will be like, wow, people can change, that's so amazing. And then it's like, but it took other people around them
Yeah.
to make that change, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, it
cutting
took
people off, like, fighting people is like, it just separates people more. Like, if you say, you're so stupid, why do you believe in that? Compared to saying, huh, why do you believe in that? And genuinely having a conversation about it. Like,
It is interesting how, like, you can hear someone have these, like, strange opinions about people, and you do go like, oh, well, where did you learn that from? Where did you find that from? And you can see in their face, their brain is, like, clicking, and they're like, they actually have to say out loud, oh, I actually don't know where I got that from, or I don't know where I read that. And it's like, oh, okay, well, why do you think that then? Like, it is interesting how you can have these conversations with people, and it actually does change people. It does. And I think that everyone's going to have their different opinions about certain things, but I do think there are some things in life where it's like, for me, I very much want to be someone who's accommodating to the people in my life. I've always thought, since I, met trans people in real life, I've always thought that I don't lose anything by using their pronouns. I don't lose anything by being accommodating, being nice. That is being nice, right? And for me, I want to be nice to the people I know. I want to help them feel comfortable, and I respect that what they feel about themselves. I respect that. It's like, if a girl comes up to me and is like, I don't want you to call me dude, then it's like, I kind of get it. If a guy says to me, like, I don't want you to call me girl, because I like to go, girl, what the hell? if a dude said that to me and said, I don't want to be called girl, it's like, okay, you don't want to be called girl? I mean, okay, I love calling people girl, but I respect it.
like, quite literally, why? Like, let's talk
that's
about
hard.
it.
I really understand. I understand that it's hard, and then it's
Oh,
not.
actually, another thing I wanted to mention, something that I didn't know about, but there was actually this man who, what was his name? Man makes people leave the KKK. Yeah, there was one man who convinced 200 Ku Klux Klan members to leave the Klan. How amazing is that? There's this guy, Daryl Davis, spent time befriending members of the KKK and helped over 200 people change their viewpoint. Isn't that so heartwarming to think about? Is that there are people out there who are fighting hate with love, and it's working. It's doing real change, real time change, actually making like an incredible mark on the world. And it is crazy what can happen when these people meet the people who are part of the group that they hate. They meet them, they talk to them, and they actually learn, like, hey, this person's actually, like, not what I was brought up to think.
Not for everybody, I really understand, but you can't hold everyone to your same moral high ground and just assume that because I am not doing what you would do. My stepbrother does not think I am transphobic because I talk to my dad. My stepbrother doesn't think that.
Pack it up. It's done. Pack it up, everyone. We got him.
So why do people on the internet think that? You know what I'm saying?
Okay. It's because people on the internet are, most of these people who are saying this shit haven't touched grass in like 10 years. They live entirely through Reddit pages and Twitters. Dude, these people live in a vacuum on TikTok where their entire For You page is just like hate.
Like if I talk to so-and-so who's transphobic, all of a sudden on the internet, I am transphobic. Even if I would to say, oh, I've watched that streamer before. You watch a transphobic streamer, you freak. You're transphobic. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah.
You
And also, I don't think people are necessarily who they used to be. I think if people can display that they have grown and changed, then why are we going to hold them to a standard of something that happened like years ago, right?
you guys, you simply cannot tell me what I am. You can't. And
Yeah.
you haven't watched me long enough if you think you can, because like I know what I am, and I'm also very open to opinions, but I'm not open to bullying of any kind. Even if that's high roading, I'm not open to that. It's not helpful. Like it's never been helpful.
Yeah.
It's like telling someone they suck because they're racist, and these are on so different terms. Like racist people telling someone they suck because of skin color is obviously worse, but like all we're doing is telling people they suck. Why are we like, come on, gotta figure this out.
And that's the thing too. It literally like I'm the first person to like be like, what the fuck? Like, so to like sit back and like think about it from that different perspective, like quite literally is making me think too, because I am like the first person I feel like to get like, what the fuck? And like,
yeah.
So now VanillaMace is changing her mind about this. She's going like, oh yeah, you know, I'm the first person to say like, you're fucked up for thinking that, fuck you. And now she's thinking from a different perspective of like, oh, I can challenge people's point of views instead of just telling them to fuck off and making no progress anywhere. So it's actually really quite interesting that she's agreeing. VanillaMace is agreeing with QT. Okay.
Yeah.
just get up in arms over some shit. And like, granted, if anything, that would just make that person like fucking hate people like me more. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Well, I'm so
Because
lucky
it's like
because,
they almost like look for that sometimes, you know?
I have the privilege. I have the privilege. I need to use it, right? I'm a straight white woman. It'd be fucking insane if I didn't use the privilege that I have to help people navigate their bigotry.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I think of it in like terms of sexism. Men have the privilege of being respected by other men. Why would I be angry if a guy was trying to tell another guy to stop being sexist? I don't know.
What I do. Like that is this. Yes, you don't have to do that if you are someone that's being viscerally attacked, right? But me, who I am and where I stand, I do feel responsible to try to help people. That's what I feel like I do. That's my privilege. I don't know.
You know what?
That's our yap for the day. Sorry.
Sorry,
about
I'm like, well,
guys, way to go. That was good from you guys. Sorry,
Let me
I'm
play
just-
that. Katie,
Phasmophobia
what do
now.
you think?
Bro,
Katie just sitting
I'm
back. Sorry, Katie.
No, you guys are good. Like, I didn't want to cut anybody off. Like, you guys had a lot of good things to say. I was just sitting here, like, literally reading, like, the thoughts and opinions of my chat. You guys.
I mean, there's someone in the chat right now even just saying like, first step to being a Karen, like that, you know, stupid stuff like that. And it's like, okay, guys, it's just not helpful. It's not helpful for anybody. It's never helpful.
Yeah.
Like, this is not helpful. Okay, but you talk to them, so.
Oh, someone said Vanilla's chat being in emote only mode speaks volumes. I don't know what that's about, but fair enough.
And they're horrible. Did you not hear anything I said?
Late night talks.
I'm trans and it really
One of those
does
things,
rub me
yeah.
the wrong way though, especially with streamers who clearly aren't willing to stop jokes. Yeah, I think jokes suck. I've never said I like jokes. That's the funny thing. I've never said that I like these jokes. I've never said that. That's never come out of my mouth. Like, it's just so silly.
Our silence means something.
So silly.
Alright, is this like it?
Sorry. I just feel like you gotta build a bridge. That's what I... They're
think that's
actively. You guys don't get it. If someone is
What? Okay, I have to ask, why are QTCinderella's glasses like the glasses you wear when you're like shooting guns at like the shooting range? That's... Why doesn't she have like, I don't know, more like fashionable glasses? I'm sorry, is that mean? I don't mean to rag on her too much, but it's like, I don't know, someone with her amount of money, like glasses are expensive. Buy a nice pair.
actively around me, no, they are not doing those things.
Like, oh, they're, oh my god, she's like, I'm like, girl, not a fucking, I don't know that fucking man. Oh, hell no. Like, shit, just like random shit like that.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Well,
Dang.
Oh well.
hey. Let's go.
Well, now what?
Let's go ghost hunting if y'all want.
Oh my god, Katie. After all this time, Katie's like, guys, can we, Phasmophobia? You guys want to still play Phasmo? I am so sorry, Katie. These people did not want to play Phasmo today.
Let's go freaking ghost hunting. Chat,
Yeah, let's-
clean all the
let's run
chats.
around.
Sorry, we know it's a very... It's a very hateful world right now.
Yeah, it's hard not to get rage baited these days too.
I know, and I feel like this is gonna get clipped crazily out of context as well.
I know, that's what I'm nervous about.
You
People are
already
gonna be like,
know
naive,
Crazy comments.
Should we edit the VOD?
naive blonde girl.
Should we edit the
Should we
we
edit
all-
the VODs?
Should we all just unlist the VOD? I guess, Katie can't. She has her
No,
show
no,
earlier.
I stopped it and restarted stream.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I kind of listed it.
Oh.
We could just cut this part because I just don't. I am not in the mental headspace to be dealing with that right now. If I'm being
To be
completely
clipped.
honest,
Okay.
I'm quite literally.
I'm
not
gonna
in the mental
delete my
headspace
VOD.
for that. Okay, perfect.
I'm just gonna delete it because it's not like we did any.
Okay, so Vanilla starts calling for it to be edited, and then they start talking about the VOD and keeping it up or not. So then I think Cutie, to be honest, comes to the conclusion that she should delete it. Yeah. I feel like that's the easier thing to do anyway. Like, editing the VOD, it's like, ugh. That sounds like a pain in the ass.
Anything important today either.
Yeah,
Let's
I
be
got you,
honest.
I got you.
Okay.
We didn't even make
Thanks,
a.
guys.
We couldn't even make a YouTube video.
Guys, we can go off emo only right now, please. I wanna
Okay.
see words. Okay.
I'm going to delete.
Oh wait, this looks better.
What?
The update, like the phasmophobia, looks good.
Oh, does it? Okay, you might want to delete clips too, just so you know.
Delete clips.
Okay, I think my mods are the only ones that can make clips. I think I
Oh,
have it
great.
set up.
Okay, and you deleted your VOD?
It doesn't post automatically.
You can
Oh,
still pull
really?
it unlisted.
Somebody in my chat asked me not to delete the VOD if that's okay with you guys.
Ooh. Somebody in my chat asked me, Katie does not want the VOD deleted. Yo, that's probably why it's in this way. Damn. Chat wants me to keep the VOD up. Is that okay?
Oh.
You could edit it.
No, I'm just kidding. No,
Oh.
I'll delete the VOD. What do I do with you guys?
Oh.
You could edit it.
No, I'm just kidding. No,
Oh.
I'll delete the VOD. What do I gotta do though? I gotta delete like the clips too? Is that what you guys are doing?
You just yeah.
Okay.
You just go to
I'll
video
do
producer?
whatever.
God. Yeah. Oh, God, this is bad. It's like, don't delete it, because it's like, you've done nothing wrong. You don't need to hide this. There's nothing wrong with this. This conversation wasn't even bad. Oh my God. And now that you're having this conversation around deleting it, it's made it worse than it needs to be. Exactly. This chatter says people probably already got it screen recorded. Like, just don't bother. Don't bother. The more you try to hide it, it's like the Streisand effect. Like, it's just, it's stupid.
Ah.
No, I know how to delete clips. I do. I'm just asking.
You go to channel,
Yeah.
or you go to creator dashboard, and then you go to content, and then video producer, and then you click the 3 dots, and then you
Oh,
just
that
push
was
delete.
that.
Okay.
Cutie, and I
I-
care about how my friends feel,
yeah.
so shut the fuck up about that one. Thanks.
It's terrible out there.
Okay, my VOD's deleted. Is your VOD deleted?
Mine is.
I think so.
You got it?
I don't have the brain power to play the friggin' Ghost Hunter game anymore.
No! Guys! We were all here to watch Phasmophobia, and now, great. Just fucking great. Give the people what they want. You don't have the mental capacity to play a fucking video game for your chat who have been waiting 20, almost 30 minutes? Play the fucking game. Play the fucking game. God.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
Did I ruin the vibes?
I just don't. No.
I honestly, yeah, I'm only gonna stay on for one anyways. I feel like it doesn't make sense anyways. Like now all the chats are probably distracted too, which.
Okay, sorry, that's my fault. I think your guys' chats aren't used
Oh, wait, what?
to my takes, and I said them
No,
too
don't
loud.
freaking worry about it.
I don't think your chats are used to my takes. I think, yeah, Katie had her own thing going, but I feel like VanillaMace blew up because she said fuck Teddy Fresh, and then like literally the next week she was hanging out with Cutie. Although they did say they had that planned like ages in advance, so to be fair. But I never saw anything about VanillaMace until that, and then all of a sudden she was hanging out with Cutie and she was trying to get with Hassan. It's probably a joke or whatever, but I don't know. VanillaMace and Cutie, they probably have overlapping audience. I don't know, man. I never heard of this lady before. Katie, she made it herself. She did stuff her own way. Respect to Katie.
Don't worry
No,
about
I
it.
don't know about
Don't
Vanilla.
worry about it at all. La la.
So what now?
People.
Freaking nuts.
Hey, it was fun playing that game with you guys.
I know. So much. I'm sorry that you're still 1 pixel, Katie. I can't even see
I
your
know.
face.
Yeah,
that's,
you've been
that's
broken.
the thing too. Like, was 1 pixel for a minute. Well,
All right,
guys,
well.
it's 1 a.m. for me, so.
All right, yeah. Yikes. I don't know, man. It's so weird. And then Katie being like, "Can I keep it up? Is that okay?" And it's just like, man, what the fuck? I can't believe it. This has already been like an hour and a half. Holy shit. That's bananas. I know I keep saying bananas. I love bananas. Love. Okay, so we're gonna watch this next video.
Obviously.
And this is the last one we'll be watching. I don't know why my videos are auto playing now. I got like this volume control thing, and I think it auto plays stuff now. What the fuck? Okay, so we're already white woman ulting. We're crying. It's happening. Fair enough. We're gonna look at VanillaMace Responds to the backlash.
You know, this is just about everything that's been going on, just this month as a whole, and especially with Friday's stream. For those of you who don't know, actually, I don't know who the fuck doesn't know at this point, because it's all over TikTok and everything, and it's been living in my brain rent-free ever since it happened. There was a stream that, you know, me, Cutie, and Katie, we were playing some games, and we somehow got on the topic of just parasocial people, because Katie was talking about how her chat at this time of night always tells her, "Oh, you need to go to bed, you look so tired, And
That is so weird. I mean, I've had people say that I look tired before, but I mean, honestly, I can't blame people for thinking that with me. I'm always tired.
And then the conversation kind of just like spun into something that it shouldn't have ever went to in the first place. It was just not a...
I know, I'm pausing already, but it's like, why are we having this thing of like, the conversation should have never entered this territory. I don't know why it did. I can't believe we went there. It's crazy. The fuck?
Conversation that needed to happen on stream. And
it's not a conversation that needed to happen on stream. Well, I saw people who were saying that they were actually happy that people were having this conversation. And I think it is a good conversation to have. It is good to talk about these things and discuss, like, you know, do we keep contact with these bigots? Do we help them? Also, by the way, she just has like a Chinese takeout box here. Is this like a prop, or did she actually just leave like empty food boxes? Like, is that a wrapper over there? It's a mug. I can agree with the mug, but is that a bottle of water in the corner over there? This chick's room is whack.
it was very, like, it was just like an awkward, uncomfortable thing for everybody involved. And yeah, so that's basically like what happened. And If, first and foremost, I would like to say that the idea of deleting the VOD was my idea, okay? And if you watch the full thing back, you will literally hear me say, can we just fucking delete this? Because
okay, maybe I missed it or something, but it seemed more like she just wanted to edit it out. But if you kind of think about it, editing out that portion is kind of just like, you're basically deleting the stream at that point, I think.
I am not in the mental space right now to deal with just what I already know is going to come from this, because I already knew that this was going to be a whole thing, obviously. So that was my idea. So I'm just going to let that be known once and for all. Also, after the fact too, if you were here, if you were here for the live, after that conversation was had and we all, like, you know, went our separate ways, I started crying. I started crying, and it was not about necessarily what had happened, but, oh, I have a rogue eyelash, thank you. It was not about what had happened, but it was more so just like everything as a whole, and I was just getting emotional.
Yeah, it sounds like to me that she has been reading too many comments, she's been seeing too many videos, she's been getting in the weeds of like what people are saying about her, and it's affecting her mental health, and she needs to stop doing that. Like, I don't know, man. You need to stop reading that stuff. If it's affecting you this much, also just like take a break. Take a break.
Because there's just been a lot going on this month. There's just been a lot going on this month, and you know, there were some things that were said that I did not necessarily agree with or think that
Wait, hold on.
You know, there were some things that were said that I did not necessarily.
There are some things that were said that she didn't agree with. So there are some things that QT said that she did not agree with. Okay.
Agree with or think that could have been said better, probably. And the thing is, I know where QT's heart.
I feel like, is it just me, or like, I don't think QT said that much that wasn't just like, oh yeah, like that makes sense. There wasn't a lot of stuff there that I'm like, she could have said better. She did end up talking and addressing like the trans brother who went no contact and saying that that's their right to do that, and that's completely fine. So it's like, what do we disagree with? That was like one of the biggest things that I disagreed with at first, until she, you know, said, I'm okay with that, like that's cool.
It is, and I know that she tries to have everybody in the community come together, and you know, we have had conversations in private about this, and that's not something that you guys need to like know about, but like, you know, I'm not going to go into detail on that. And I just don't want anyone to think that all I'm going to say is that it's like I'm trying to be like freaking PR right now. There are clips of me giving other people advice, literally saying, you are who you hang out with. And I've given people advice. People have been like, hey, my boyfriend.
Oh, were people like calling her out for being kind of like double-edged on that, where she's like, you're who you hang out with, yada yada? Okay.
Friend, this XYZ, you know, like is hanging out with this guy and he fucking sucks or whatever. And I have literally said, hey, you are who you hang out with. And so for that take of, you know, it's, you are not who you associate with, was not necessarily something that I agreed with.
Wait. What?
No, and so for that take of, you know, it's, you are not who you associate with, was not necessarily something that I agreed with. And I don't want it to seem like I'm backpedaling on something, because I have quite literally said that in the past, that I have stood on that and said, I personally...
Wait a second. Oh, this is what I was talking about before. Oh my god. Okay, so she's saying she agrees that if you hang out with someone who is kind of homophobic or whatever, you are yourself homophobic. Okay. So she says that she is one of the first people to call out people like that and go, fuck you, you're homophobic, fuck you, what are you doing? And remember how I said earlier that Cutie's been hanging out with FaZe for a long time. Cutie's been phased up for a very long time. So are we now just all of a sudden going like, hey Cutie, maybe like don't hang out with FaZe? She didn't even do that. She's never spoken up about Cutie being up with FaZe and being homophobic before, so I kind of feel like she's lying. Or she's grossly embellishing like how she is as an ally. Because, babes, if you were what you said you were, you would have spoken up a lot sooner with no regard for how that might tarnish your relationship with Cutie. But because she doesn't want to tarnish that relationship, because let's be honest, Cutie's kind of like a force. She's a force in the Twitch streaming world, right? You kind of want to be friends with her. If you're like an LA streamer, you kind of want to be there with her. You don't really want to get on her bad side, right? Which is like a whole other thing. But like, people keep saying like, oh, Vanilla looked so uncomfortable in that whole exchange, and it's like, she seemed pretty comfortable with the conversation. She actually seemed to be changing her mind on things. That we actually heard her say that she was starting to view things a little bit differently now after that conversation with Cutie. And that's why these conversations are so important.
I think if you hang out with somebody who is, you know, XYZ, what does that have to say about your character, kind of a thing? Although, I do think the clips were taken out of context a little bit. I do think the clip.
Well, we just watched it all in context, and this whole, like, see, this whole... It's out of context, we need the context. Shut the fuck up. There is no additional context to be had here. You said what you said, and, I mean, like, let's be real. The words mean what the words mean. There is no context that is not been given. We know what you said.
Clips were taken out of context. And now people are, and of course people are saying, oh, you were nodding your head and stuff and everything. When you, it's hard when you're put in that position because, one, with all of our chats combined, there are over 10,000 people watching. And quite literally, when anyone is talking to me, I go like this. When anyone is talking to me about anything, that's just like, I'm just like, like that's just a conversation.
Yeah, I mean, to make her, like, body language out to be like, listen, chatters, you don't even need to say she was nodding her head. She was verbally agreeing with Cutie. She was verbally like, oh yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, I've got some racist family members that I still hang out with, and I don't say fucking shit. And she was even saying that most people chatting are doing the same exact thing. A lot of people want to get up on their high horse and be like, I don't tolerate this stuff, but let's be fucking real. A lot of people here, they have partners who are, like Vanilla said, who probably say something a little bit bigoted every once in a while, who are probably not as informed about these things as others. They have friends who are maybe doing bigoted stuff, and they're not gonna say shit about it. They're not gonna say jack shit about it. They're just not. Because in the real world, relationships are a lot more complicated than that. In the real world, people do disagree on things. Now, maybe not necessarily about, like, fucking race issues, or, like, gay stuff, but in the real world, people have different sense of humor, you know? Maybe you don't agree with their sense of humor, maybe it's not your sense of humor, but some people do think that shit's funny, you know? Does that make it okay? It really depends. Do you want to exit all your relationships over the jokes that someone makes? Or are you gonna be like, listen, I don't like that, I don't appreciate that, don't do it around me. Oh my god, I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Thing that happens with anyone that I fucking talk to. So that's just that. And I think if you watch the full thing, you could obviously feel the fucking tension. You could feel that it was a little awkward for everyone. And it's more of a thing where...
It seemed very tense.
I know that I, as a white woman, have the privilege of being able to be in some spaces and be some places that I don't have to worry for my safety, and that I don't have to worry for, you know what I mean?
Again, I don't really understand where like the racism aspect is coming on with all this, because I feel like it was mostly a conversation about trans people. I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, what context? She said what she said. Thank you. Thank you, OMG. I just don't get this. It feels like it's kind of diverting from what the thing actually was. This was not a conversation about race. I think racism, the term racism was brought up, but at the end of the day, it was about the trans stuff. It was about homophobia. And like, yeah, we all have privilege and stuff, but it's like, I don't really see where that comes into play in all this. And if anything, I see that privilege is being used in a positive manner, right? I suppose like as like a, then again, actually wait a second, isn't sketch part of FaZe or something? Oh my god, Sketch had this thing where I believe I'm thinking of the right person, right? Sketch is, I think, gay, or he did gay pornography from what I remember, and that came out on the internet, and he didn't intend for that to come out, and he was very close to not being on this earth any longer, but the FaZe boys actually came out in support of him and were very openly supportive of Sketch and comforted him and were actually there for him. The FaZe boys saved Sketch's life. Sketch credits that to the FaZe guys. That is real world work that FaZe did protecting a, bi gay man. I don't know what Sketch's sexual orientation is, but they saved someone's life. Are they gonna say, haha, you're gay every so often? I mean, like, saving someone's life speaks way more volumes than like a shitty sense of humor does to me. I guess there's like this nuance to like the humor stuff, but what are we doing here? Actually.
So I could never sit here and try to tell people, like marginalized people, how they should feel about comments like that. And
it's like you have other marginalized people who are like, hey, I'm part of this marginalized group and I'm actually fine with it. It's like, wow, it's almost like everyone has different thoughts and feelings about this, and it's not just a linear point of view where it's like, if you think this thing, you're right, and if you think this thing, you're wrong.
Okay, everyone is saying, are you guys listening to what I'm saying right now? Like, this chat is confusing the fuck out of me.
Stop reading the chat.
Are y'all listening to what I'm saying? Like, genuinely. Are you listening with the fucking sound on or no? Like, what?
The problem with like reading your chat here and stuff, and reading like TikTok comments in general, is that you don't know who's on the other side of the screen typing that shit. And for me personally, especially TikTok comments, if I'm reading that shit, I'm like, the people typing this shit out are either like 8 years old, or they're 3 years old and their parents gave them an iPad with TikTok installed. To me, there's nothing in between that. You're either 8 years old or you're 3 years old.
I'm telling y'all that I understand why people are upset about that. I'm telling you that I know and understand why that is a take that people are upset about. Okay? Because as somebody who has as a white person who recognizes that I have white privilege, that there are certain people that can be in rooms and have comments like that be made, and it...
Yeah, so Sketch credited FaZe Banks and other members of the FaZe clan with providing crucial support when past content from OnlyFans was leaked online, which led to significant emotional distress and a fear that the leak would be devastating to his career and personal life. He said that the support from FaZe and his friends was a major reason he was still alive, as he had feared the potential consequences of the leaked material for years. Imagine having that on your shoulders for so long, fearing that there'd be this thing that would come out and ruin you, and it's like, you don't even deserve to have your life ruined over that. Like, there's nothing wrong with what he did. You know? It's just, and it is really sad that someone can be so ashamed of stuff that they've done when in reality they've done nothing wrong, and it haunts them so much. Like, why aren't we giving FaZe credit for doing that? They did. They came out and they supported him with so much love and, dare I say, empathy. I know the E word is crazy. And 2025 word of the year is apparently fucking empathy. But it's true.
It would affect them in ways that could affect them for the rest of their life, because it is a personal attack on them. Do you get what I'm saying? Marginalized groups of people cannot be in rooms where people are making these kinds of jokes and XYZ and whatever.
Not all of them. Yeah, there are people who are part of marginalized groups who would definitely not feel safe, they'd feel uncomfortable, and there's some where they'd feel fine about it. Are we gonna say those people are bad people because they'd laugh with the jokes maybe, or they'd be fine with it? I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's so complicated, isn't it? And to treat this as if this is something that is like so simple and so easy is, quite frankly, ridiculous and stupid. I mean, I remember watching. You remember when there was that TV show Black and White or something, where they had the white family do blackface and the black family do whiteface, and there was this part of it, like, genuinely, it was actually a really, like, interesting show, and they managed to get, like, some of the most racist people. I mean, you guys remember Bruno? Man, that was crazy. But there was a part of that show that really stuck out to me where the son of the black family, forgive me, I don't remember the names of the families, they were probably fake names anyway, but so I'll just refer to them from their race. If there's a better way to refer to that, please let me know. It feels very weird saying, like, the black person. But the son from the black family was hanging out with these white people who they thought they could just start saying the N-word because they had a friend who was black. They thought they had the pass, right? The concept of the pass. And the son thought it was fine. And the dad was, like, saying to him, like, listen, they don't respect you. They don't think you're cool. They're just saying it because now they think they can. And it's disrespectful to you, and you might not think it's disrespectful. You might think that maybe they're joking around or kidding around, but at the end of the day, they do not care about you. And they would, if they did care about you, they wouldn't say that. And the son at first was like, no, they're my friends, like, it's fine. And then as time went on, he kind of went, actually, I'm not comfortable with people using that word around me. And I think that's up to you as an individual to decide. If you decide that you're for it or against it, I kind of think it's up to you and how you feel about it. Because everyone has different feelings about it, right? It's not just a one way. It's not a one-sided thing. And I genuinely don't think that that's like a bad thing to say. Is that a bad thing for me to say? Should I be sitting here saying, like, nobody should be saying that word? I mean, like listen, look at me. Like, I don't know how much I can say about that. You know? I suppose, like, there's different levels to it. There's nuance to it. Me personally, like, I wouldn't be cool with, I don't know, there's, like, sexism jokes that are just so, like, low brow, and things that I don't agree with that are said. But I don't know. Again, I feel like that's me personally. That's personally what I think. I think generally though, most of the time, like, things don't really affect me in that way. Like, people say shit to me and it's like, whatever, right? I have a pretty thick skin when it comes to the internet. I don't read that shit. I don't listen to that shit. I also think that some random person saying that to me, even like a family member saying that shit to me, I'm like, okay, you're just a fucking idiot.
And have it be something that can be excused or written
I'm
off.
over it.
Because it's something that could affect them for the rest of their lives, and it's stuff that they have to deal with constantly.
Right.
And also too, as a queer woman as well, obviously another thing. It's just one of those things that was just uncomfy. It was just uncomfy for everyone. And I am just letting you know that as somebody who, you know, as a friend and as somebody who was like, hey, I was kind of the one who was like, hey, can you elaborate on that? I was the one who in a sense dragged it out because I wanted to, I was like almost a little confused. I wanted to hear more. And so I was the one that was like, hey, my chat is like, you know, I wanted to hear more.
Wait. My chat, ... Excuse me. I feel like she just said that, like, her chat was unhappy, so she wanted to ask her to repeat herself or explain herself more because of her chat, not because of her. I feel like she just, like, I don't know. Did she just, like, catch herself there and go, oh, no, it can't be about the chat? She's already said so much about how, like, the chat bothers her, the comments bother her, the videos about her bother her. I feel like VanillaMace is so close to, like, what people say about her. I don't think that she's a reliable... I don't think she's being reliable about what she's saying, to be honest. I think she'll say whatever she can to keep her audience, and her audience is out for blood, like some of these people can be. And so yeah, okay. And
I just don't think that was obviously not something that helped anything.
It was fine. Cutie said more stuff, and again, nothing she said was bad. Okay, I think we're about fucking ready to be done with this shit, because holy shit, it's been 2 hours. Oh my god. Listen, I genuinely think, if you think that QTCinderella is somehow racist for this, or like homophobic, transphobic, I don't know why I said it like that. I don't know, if you think about it like that, I think you maybe need to have a more realistic worldview. I think you also need to take into consideration how different your life might be to somebody else's life. And I think we should try and see that the bridge crossing, the building a bridge, trying to join up with people who maybe don't share the same values and opinions as us. I think there is value in trying to challenge other people and having them see someone who they don't agree with, but seeing the humanity in them. I think that's really important. And it's not for everyone, that's for sure. And it's okay if that's not for you. What are we doing here? And the fact that everyone's forgetting about how Sketch was saved by the FaZe guys, and that they really did show up for him in that time. I think those actions speak way more volumes than just like making some dumb jokes. Again, like maybe it's different. Like maybe I'm a fish out of water here because I'm not gay. I don't know. I mean, me personally, I don't make like jokes about like haha you're gay, because I just think it's not like funny to me. It's not my sense of humor. And it's like I said before, like I watch Bad Friends and they make jokes about the way that they look. And like, yeah, sure, I'll laugh at the jokes and stuff, but for me personally, like I'm not gonna repeat that stuff. I don't know if it's really like comparable to the situation. It's just something that I was thinking about. But yeah, I think it's so interesting how Vanilla kind of flips on Cutie in this situation, goes like, oh, you know, it was tense, I didn't feel comfortable, I was just agreeing with her just because, like, I wasn't there, I wasn't thinking about it, like, I don't know, man. If you watch if you watch past podcast girl, she knows what Cutie said was wrong. It is hard to cut off such a close friend, and obviously she's gonna have trouble after finding out Cutie is like that. I don't know, like, exactly, it's like, what is she like? Genuinely, if you see a problem with the way Cutie was acting, let me know, because I'm interested to hear your point of view, because me personally, I think she was just fine. I don't think she had any issues. I think maybe sometimes she doesn't express herself perfectly, but when you're in a live setting trying to express yourself, sometimes it doesn't come out like the right way the first time. So fortunately, her friend VanillaMace asked her to reiterate what she was saying, and she did, and yeah, I think that I just don't think there was that much of a problem there, to be honest. So that's my opinion on the situation. Did you find out if QTCinderella is a professional racist or not? Let me know in the comments below. That is the YouTube video done today. I hope you guys enjoy. It was a fucking long one. Holy shit. Sorry about that. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed. Give me a like, subscribe. Tell your friends, maybe. Or maybe just, like, hide this subscription somewhere. You don't need to tell anyone. Alright. Goodbye! Bye, YouTube! Bye, 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 bye!